I was also, let's see who else was I talking about. I was like Steph, Steph, obviously four-time NBA champion. You're not going to be buying Steph for low. Got dudes coming on here, so we'll switch over to the screen here.
What up, man?
Yo,
What's happening?
oh, not a lot. What are you guys up to?
Oh, nothing. Just me right now. I don't know if Tony's coming or not.
Cool.
He went over to Kicho's. He stayed at Kicho's last night. So
Oh, that's cool.
yes, I'm not sure he's coming. We'll see. We'll see. But,
Not a big deal. Uh, getting back into the swing of things.
yeah, hell yeah, yeah.
I had we filmed a new pilot.
Nice.
Well, that this week and like last Sunday was just freaking nuts. Billy Hughes,
Yo,
how's it going, man?
good
Uh,
man.
Hi, Billy.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. So we were on TikTok live, Bama.
Yeah.
So literally all I was doing, like I mean, the pros and the cons of TikTok live. All I was doing was literally just showing off, just talking about players that you could possibly buy low and sell high. You know, I was
Yeah.
not promoting anything. Basically, just like talking about players, buying low, selling high. A guy like Brandon Miller, where a few years
Yeah.
ago,
Yeah.
my buddy Billy Hughes here said, "Buy Brandon Miller."
Right.
All I'm
Right.
doing is doing this, and literally they restricted it, calling it
What?
redirecting to outside sales. I'm just like, dude, I'm not saying anything. So we're gonna try Instagram Live besides Zoom today, fellas. They seem to be they seem to be much less restrictive. Probably not probably not the same audience, but if I want to flash a freaking card once in a while.
Right. Right.
So, anyways, another amazing edition of Sports and Tacos. Um, it's kind of the beginning, and if you think about it, it's sort of the beginning of the season, I guess you would say, when you're in sports podcast
Uh,
land, because NFL is done. You kind of get that little bit of a break because the NFL season is just, crazy.
yeah. 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 Baseball
And,
hasn't started yet.
we have today's
It's
select.
March Madness.
Yeah, well, we
Brackets
have
come out
Selection
today.
Sunday today.
Brackets. Brackets come out
We've
today.
got what about a month? Is it a month? Hey, Billy, is it a
Yes.
month until the NBA playoffs start? Basically, is it in mid-April?
Yeah, can't wait.
Yeah,
I'm kind of like ready for the regular season to end.
yeah.
For
So a lot of people, and I'm
yeah,
not gonna lie, like we were talking about that a couple weeks ago. How well, really just to get to my point, you're in spring training for baseball. Right now is probably one of the slower seasons of sports. It's getting ready to get real hot with March Madness, NBA playoffs, the baseball season getting ready to start. Um,
yeah,
but
Yeah. Yeah.
but right now, like if there's ever a time to just sort of like catch your breath in the sports podcasting world, it's a little bit right now. I mean, you got NFL stuff going on and whatever. But Billy, let me ask your opinion because you are our NBA expert.
yeah. Go ahead.
So literally, I don't gamble like a whole lot,
Yep.
like small amounts here and there, like with
Uh-huh.
buddies, just personally. And my buddy Danny the other day, about this time of year, we literally stopped betting on basketball because literally for the next month, you really don't know what is legit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
between the teams tanking, teams resting players, like unless
Yeah.
Yeah.
you have a game like last night where you got the Nuggets and the
It's a good
Lakers,
game.
where they're both going hard.
Yeah,
Like
that was a game.
for the rest of the season, I don't know what I'm actually getting from the NBA. Like, and we were talking about
Yeah,
a couple weeks ago, I was trying to come up with a crazy strategy, right? On how, because what I'm trying to do with sports and tacos, especially in the off season, at least a big segment of it, is it's great to come on and talk about sports, okay? But how do you turn that into money? You know what I'm saying? Like the big podcasts, they're gonna get 1 million views and they're gonna get money no matter what from sponsorship. But other than selling products, okay, how do we turn what we're talking about into money? So I was coming up with this crazy strategy. I was like, look, if you just took like $100 and bet against every team that is tanking every game the rest of the season, would that be a good strategy? What are your thoughts, Billy?
well, I was gonna say you could bet against the Indiana Pacers or like the Washington Lizards,
Yeah, but yeah,
or
they're like fighting for that very very last spot there, man. They've both
yeah,
lost like 10, 11 in a row right now, something like
yeah,
that.
it's horrible. Even like Memphis is doing a really good job at tanking.
Yeah,
And like Sacramento is like probably the worst team in the league besides Indiana. So there, and Brooklyn is horrible in the
yeah,
East. There's a lot of really, really bad teams.
There's a bunch of them.
Yeah, and to harp on your point of the tanking problem, I think Adam Silver should really go into this offseason coming up here and just really think about how can you not eliminate tanking, because I don't think you can really eliminate tanking, but how can you really, harp down on how to make it better for the league? Because no one wants to go to a game where all their best players are sitting out. Like people pay their hard-earned money to watch these
yeah.
stars. Like, can you imagine going to a Pelicans game, and I know Zion is like on and off, like especially with sports cards. Like if you were into Zion, I'm sorry, but that's like a major dip, the Zion stock. But can you imagine not seeing Zion Williamson if you went to a Pelicans game? Like that would be horrible. Or like going to, you know, I don't know. I know Wimby plays every game, but can you imagine if the Spurs, were tanking and you didn't see Wembanyama or something like that? But I think they really need to do a good job on the tanking situation coming this next year. But we'll see. I'm excited for the NBA playoffs and for the regular season to conclude, because the playoffs, everyone shows up, right?
Yeah.
Look at Kawhi Leonard this year. He's probably playing his best basketball he's ever played, which is hard to, like, you would have never thought that considering how well he played in Toronto. But um, the Clippers this year are very interesting. Kawhi by himself is kind of saving their season. They started off so horrendous, the Clippers, and now they're kind of saving themselves because of how well Kawhi is playing. But there's lots to harp on. I don't know kind of where you want me to go.
Well, okay, so at the end of the day, well, Bama, let's
Yeah.
pretend Billy, me, you, and Bama all got $1,000, right? And we're all gonna invest in sports. So my strategy was if you just bet against the tanking teams, more probably, and okay, so with gambling, all you have to do is win like 60% of your bets and you're making money. And then Tony and Bama and Greg Vaughn were like, well, the problem with betting against tanking teams is the teams playing them are going to rest their stars. The Bama, say you
Yeah.
got $1,000 right now and you want to invest in sports. I don't care if it's gambling. I don't care if it's memorabilia. I don't care if,
Mine's easy. Bet on the underdogs in the NCAA tournament first round coming up.
That's
Spend $1,000 on that. $50 a game,
Yeah.
you're gonna come out ahead. I guarantee it.
Okay, I think he's talking about NBA, right, Spencer?
we
Not-
I
are,
know you're
but
talking about NBA, but
sports,
whatever. It's not. Yeah.
yeah, like in general. So
I'm not going to bet on teams to tank in the NBA. No, I'm not betting on the teams to tank. I'm not going to bet on Charlotte because Charlotte ain't going to win nothing once they get in the playoffs. And I ain't going to bet on the Hawks because they ain't going to win nothing if they get in the playoffs.
Charlotte's hot right now, and
Yeah,
Atlanta's
but
won five
they're
in a
hot.
row.
They're hot because they're beating up on the Wizards. They're beating up on the Nets. They're not winning. See, just like the other day, they lost last night to the Spurs. What it was? They don't win the Spurs. They don't beat the Rockets. They don't beat the Sixers. They don't beat those kind of teams. They beat up on the dregs of the NBA is what they do.
Well, San Antonio's legit. I mean, I think Wembanyama is number 2 in MVP right now. I mean, they're
I'm just
legit.
talking, dude. Look at this winning streak, guys. I
Castro.
pointed out, brother. I pointed out last week since they started this like 17-3 streak, whatever they've been on right here lately. The Hornets. They beat one
Oh,
team
yeah.
basically with a winning record, and that was the Houston Rockets one time. They've lost pretty much every other game to teams that are in the playoffs and getting going. So I'm not. They'll be in the playoffs, but they ain't going to win a series. So if I'm putting my money on, I'm going to put my money on. First off, I know Brandon's OKC. I mean, nobody looks as good as OKC right now. I'm going to give Boston some love. I'm also going to give
really good. I don't like them, but they're good. Yeah.
Yeah, and I not even right now. Hell, the Lakers are playing pretty damn good. Why not give them a little bit of love? But I don't like your idea of betting like I told you, Spencer. I don't like the idea of putting your money on the tanking teams, man. Because
yeah. Oh, look who we got. I think we got TMP joining us.
I was coming from
So
a remote
that's
spot.
the point, Billy. Pretend you had $1,000. You either have to put it on gambling or memorabilia, like players. And if you're going to go players, it's no different than stocks. You got to buy low and sell high. Typically, and I guess you could day trade.
Yeah.
You know
I like your Brandon Miller thing where you buy Brandon Miller and then the Hornets went on a little bit of a run, but then what happens when they don't do well in the postseason? Then your Brandon Miller card kind of goes back to where it is, or it's tough to buy.
And here's another thing, just like
Gambling's where it's at. It's not memory. Gambling's where it's at, though. Yeah.
Just like with
Good morning.
Morning, sunshine.
Yes. I'm over at my buddy's house.
Wow.
Out in beautiful BFE, and I wish I could show you, but it's a lot of snow over here.
Yeah, it's snowing here too.
Yesterday was 73 degrees going into 50 and a lot of snow. They did say it was supposed to be an accumulation of 1 inch. I don't know what memory or what mind they thinking.
That's funny. Sounds like Denver. Hey, it's going to be like 95 in the valley today. So,
Well, because you in LA, boy.
I'm going to be scraping the sunshine off my car all day. So, Tony, so Billy, I like, and with cards, because I invest in cards, mainly cards or memorabilia. A guy like Brandon Miller, I will hold Brandon Miller.
Yeah,
you should. I think he's a future star. Now, I might want to liquidate some of his stuff just to get some money back. You know what I mean? But so for you, Billy, the point is to make money. And that's what really makes it hard and interesting. It's no different than the stock market, though. Like, would you put your $1,000 on, OKC to win the whole thing, even if you're only going to get 2 to 1 on your money? Or is there a player out there that, you think you could, because, we also were talking about Zion a couple weeks ago, and I started buying up Zion rookie cards because
you did.
Listen, and here's my thing.
Bought it real low. Hopefully.
No, you can get them for dirt cheap right now.
Yeah.
If,
of course,
and it's a long shot, but say Zion, I could see a world where Zion becomes a Laker next year. And if he stays healthy for even a few years, those cards, and they do good, those cards could skyrocket.
Well, you might as well buy Ja Morant too.
Hi. I'm like, don't.
Yeah, I guess I didn't.
I want to say hi to him, Eric.
Ja Morant. Where did he didn't get moved though, right?
No, he
Me too.
didn't. But to your point with Zion being a Laker next year potentially. I mean, we all know John Morant's gonna have a new scenery as well because it's not working out in Memphis.
Right.
You know, sometimes you just need a new scenery. So I think Jaw is gonna be out of Memphis. He could be a Laker. He could be a Miami Heat. So new scenery. What about Giannis? He's not going to be a Buck most likely next year, or he
Yeah.
could be. I don't know. Giannis is loyal to the soil with him, so
See, but like I
Go
love
ahead.
what you're saying, my brother. I love what you're speaking, and I love your truth. But at the same time, like I said a couple years ago, when you want to be with the Lakers, that's when you're going to be a retirement for the NBA, because it seems like everybody that goes to LA boys, they may win a cup or may win a ring, but at the same time, everybody retires there.
Yeah, maybe.
Have you been noticing it the last couple of years?
Which
Well,
is, I guess,
look
yeah.
at look at
No,
anything.
yeah, they're
I
changing that though. They changing that format when they traded and got Luka Doncic because Doncic ain't there to retire. Doncic is there to win.
Yeah, but at the same time, everybody around him, you think uh little King James Jr. gonna come back and be Michael Jordan of the new
Now
thing
I'm kind of, I
of
mean, I'm
life?
kind of digging the Lakers.
yeah.
That Reeves kid's good, Ben. The Reeves kid's good. Doncic's
Well,
playing well.
I
I
I
mean,
do
you
like
got
Reeves.
yeah. I mean, you had Julius Randle, Kyle Kuzma,
yeah.
Lonzo Ball, all these players leaving. But
Well,
Anthony Davis is gone. So
kind
like,
of, kind of.
yes and
I
no.
think
Yeah.
what he's getting at, Billy, is I could see a world where if the Lakers love you, okay, Luca, I could see Luca if it works out in LA,
Being a Laker forever.
LeBron never leaving.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. Yeah.
You know what I
No,
mean?
that's not what Tony's saying. We know what Tony's saying because we were talking about that last year about how people go to the Lakers to die. Basically, the team was going. All they do is get old people and they make them do nothing with the team. That's what we were talking about with the Lakers, and that's what Tony's talking about with the Lakers there when he's talking about going there to retire. He's not talking about going there to spend the rest of his career there. He's talking about going there because his career is ending.
Well, that I guess, yeah, that's
And his career isn't ending. I don't think the Giannis' career is ending. I don't
well,
think
okay. To get
Zion's
back
career
to
is
the
ending.
point here, not how of what we're talking here. How are you going to make any money off of what we're talking about right now?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So Spencer, what's your question?
The
Sorry. What's
question
your
is,
question?
how
Okay.
do we? So basically, I went into Zion because you
Yeah.
can buy Zion right now for dirt ass cheap and hold it.
Yeah.
And even if he's out of the league in 2 years from now, you only blew like $20. Okay. But if he ends up a Laker and goes on to be successful, that $20 bill could be hundreds and hundreds of dollars. It say
Yeah.
year.
It's
So
good.
what I'm saying is basically it's fun to talk about sports. But Tony and Bama, they're gamblers. Like Tony knows how to pick winners, right? So all I'm saying here is for somebody watching, if you have $1,000 right now, okay, and we're kind of sticking to the NBA. What are you putting that $1,000 on in hopes to get more money back? And it sounds like for you, Billy, you're kind of like you would put it on OKC to win the whole thing. Is that correct?
Well, I mean, I would take the field over the Thunder
I don't know.
because there's
I
so
don't think
many
that's
other
an
teams.
option in Vegas. I don't think you can take the field.
Yeah, like even
You could
Denver.
spread you could spread that 1,000 out though. You could put 100 to 500 on this team, 200 on this
So
team.
you would
That kind of
hedge
thing.
it. So
Yeah,
you
I
would.
like I like Denver. I know you guys are Denver Nuggets guys. I like Denver. Nicola. They say Wimby or SGA is the best player in the world, but I really think Nikola Jokic is still the best player in the world. So I like Denver. Also, like I know they're so young, and it kind of reminiscent of last year for the Thunder, but the Spurs are so good right now.
Yeah.
And if you don't believe in Victor Wembanyama, I mean, I think you're about to. I mean, this
Yeah.
postseason, I know he hasn't done anything yet leading up to this postseason, but Wembanyama, I mean, we'll see. I'm excited to watch the Spurs. But to answer your question, I wouldn't put $1,000 on the Thunder. I just think there's too many good teams competing for that title this year. So
Got it. So Tony, Bama said if he had $1,000 right now, he would not mess with the NBA. He would just put it on the underdogs in March Madness. So Tony, you got $1,000 sitting there. What are you betting that $1,000 on right now in sports? And it could even be player again, Billy. It could be a player that you've noticed that you know is going to be skyrocketing value in the next couple of years. It could be an investment.
Or you could be a player.
Yeah,
Okay,
it doesn't matter.
Okay.
If I'm putting $1,000 just on one person, we're not doing.
Well, listen, Tony, it doesn't matter. It could be a wager. It could be investing in a player. The point is to make money. And you had $1,000 right now. And honestly, in sports in general, we're just sticking to basketball for right now. What would you do?
I would, you know what, with Zion, if he leaves the Pelicans and goes to another team, I bet I put my 1,000 on good old Zion. I think he just needs a new wake up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's a waste of $1,000. Just give me 500 and we'll just call it even.
Why don't we go out back? I'll kick you in the nuts.
Spencer, if we're doing a player, brother, I would do Colin Knippel on the Charlotte Hornets.
Really?
I think his stock is going to go like this. He could win Rookie of the Year if Cooper Flag. It's kind of a tight race, but Colin Knippel, like his 3-point percentage as a rookie, I mean, I would take Colin Knippel and put my $1,000 on him.
Cool.
For
that
sure.
Will be though right now, currently, I'll be buying Zion for dirt cheap, and then I'll be buying Yeah, but why not? Because you could get
I think you should consider Colin Knippel rookies if you're gonna put some money into that.
Got it. So Tony's on Zion.
I like Zion. If as long as he's with another team than the Pelicans all day long, he's got talent, but it's one thing. He doesn't last all season.
Yeah.
But when he does play for the minutes that he plays, boy, he's somebody to reckon with. And he shedded a lot of weight, to get himself where he's at right now.
Well, kind of like Greg Vaughn was saying, when he came in the league, he got that huge deal. And when you're that young, you get that much money, you're whatever, you're indestructible. You're probably out at the club every night, you're getting up eating like shit. Because you can see, and again, this kind of goes back to what with Luka. I said when he got traded to the Lakers, you cannot be in LA, a star in LA, and a big fatty. It doesn't work. You will get absolutely clowned on.
Yeah.
In Dallas, he was probably the biggest deal there was. He could do whatever he wanted. That dude comes to Los Angeles and you're relatively a nobody, and the chicks will clown on you if you're a big old fatty. And it's just the way it is. And you've seen what happened to Luka. That dude has dropped weight fast and he is crushing. It leads me into my next topic. And, are we taking Billy? You're our NBA expert.
Yeah. What's up?
The West is loaded.
Yes.
But, dude, the combination of LeBron and Luka, does anybody have a computer in front of them? Like, can anybody surf the internet right now or no?
Yeah, what you got?
What? Just look odds to win the NBA title. See what they are right now. Do you see a world where the Lakers get hot and they win an NBA title?
Most likely not this year. No, I don't know if this is LeBron's last year. But people are even saying, "Oh, the Lakers are better without LeBron. Their flow of offense is better with Reeves and Doncic." Because a lot of times Reeves has to look over at LeBron like, am I doing this okay? Even subconsciously. So, like, I think once the postseason comes, I think they'll do better with LeBron because LeBron knows how to win. He's a 4-time champion. But to people saying that they do better without LeBron. I don't think that's the case. So we'll see this postseason. I'm excited.
Yeah, I got your odds right here, Spencer. If you want to look at the top 10.
What are they, like 8-1?
Right now, they got the Thunder right now. They're basically plus 130.
Right. So they're 1-1.
Yeah,
So
Celtics are.
Billy, you know what that means?
Yeah, I'm not a big betting man. I play poker, but I don't.
I get it. So, but 1-1 means basically you risk 1,000, you only get 1,000. That's how
you win 1,000. Even money. Yeah, even money.
Yeah, that's not very good.
No.
Yeah. Celtics are. This is DraftKings odds, by the way, to let people know. This is Celtics are plus 550. After them, it's the Spurs at 700, Nuggets at 750. Then the Cavs round out the top 5 at 1,400, 14-1.
What was the Lakers? Did you find them?
The Lakers are 55-1 right now.
That's current.
Yeah.
Hey, Spencer, do me a favor. Look up what's Minnesota Timberwolves odds.
They're 40-1.
And you know what? Even my NBA specialist in there is going to be saying something about this team. Edwards is on fire. He's el fuego right now, and he's doing it at the right time. He knows it's the month of March. He still thinks he's in college. March Madness, man. But watch out for Minnesota Timberwolves. That 40-1 is looking pretty.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's good. I love Anthony Edwards. I don't know if I take the Timberwolves seriously. I mean, they made the Western Conference Finals and everything, but I just don't really believe in the Timberwolves. They're too inconsistent. They have really bad endings. They'll do really well against top teams, but then have really bad losses to not good teams. So a little too inconsistent for me to buy Timberwolves stock, but I'm just excited for the playoffs, man. We'll see.
Yeah.
Real quick, Billy, what's your thoughts on the freaking the Knicks, man? Because they're a good one week and the Cats playing okay. They got that stuff going around. Any belief in those guys?
Yeah, no, I think Mike Brown, like when he was the coach for the Sacramento Kings, we had Light the Beam. It was a great Cinderella story, and now he's the coach for the Knicks, and they have a completely different aura about them compared to Tom Thibodeau with last year. I thought last year was their chance, but then Halliburton hit that shot where the ball came back down, and that kind of the Pacers kind of ruined their chances. But I do like New York. Mikal Bridges is a little hit and miss for me on that team. Cat gets in these foul trouble situations. And then Brunson is a little too ball heavy, ball dominant. I think, they have some really good players, OG Anunoby, Deuce McBride, they just got Grand Theft Auto, Alvarado from New Orleans. So they have some promise. I hope they do well. I'm rooting for the Knicks. But they're one of those teams in the East where they can surprise and beat Detroit. Remember, they beat Detroit in 6 games last year in the first round. So Detroit's a whole new team, though. I would take Detroit over New York this year, and even Boston with Tatum back. Once Philadelphia has Paul George come back from that massive suspension he did. VJ Edgecombe, Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid looks terrific at times. So I even liked Philadelphia as well in the East. But, New York, I'm rooting for them. I don't know if they're going to get there, but hopefully Mike Brown can find something.
Hey, so I got 2 questions for you real quick. And everybody, Tony, how much would you put, if anything, on the Lakers to win it all, Tony?
The Lakers to win it all? As much as I despise them, I still think they have a great team. They have a great ball club. They have up-and-comers that they don't know about yet. Well, they do, but you know what? They're still letting the old-timers still step on stage. But with the ones that they had last year, like Revis, he's been stepping up, man. Oh my gosh. Luka's a new taste of L.A.
Yeah.
That's because the last handful of years, we're talking about a LeBron, an AD, and kids that nobody would know about because there was always the AD and LeBron show. Now you have a multiple hands where Luka's doing. He's the enforcer. One thing about that guy, I like him. I wish he could have been a Nugget. Boy, wouldn't that been great to have the towers?
Yeah. So,
but I like
how
Luka
much?
and I like the Lakers, but at the same time, winning a championship, I don't think they have the power to do that yet. They
So
don't have the bench.
50 cents, $10, $100.
I go $10 because of the fact of Luka. And you know what? You could never kick LeBron out of bed.
Right. Yeah. So Bama,
Yeah.
would you throw
Yeah.
anything on the Lakers to win the whole thing?
Yeah, why not? Like you're saying, it's they're playing pretty well right now. You got a healthy Luka, healthy LeBron, a determined both of those guys. I like Christian, Reeves on the back end as well. They got, yeah, I put 25, I put about like $50 on them. Why not? Yeah.
What about you, Billy?
$50? You would put that much? No.
Why not? Why not?
I would put maybe, a few bucks. I mean, they're not going to win it all, so you're just wasting money. But I don't know, $5.
Well, how's your value bet though? You're talking about the Sixers, right?
Bama, listen, Billy, Bama just said.
No, Billy was talking about the Sixers, right?
I know,
There's
but
a possible Sixers thing.
50-1.
The East, it's fun in the East. The East is so wide open.
Sixers are 150-1.
Yeah, the playoff picture in the East is wide open. I'm not talking about the championship. I'm just talking about how far can you go in the playoff picture.
I would throw $20.
Lakers are getting bounced in the first round.
2 times 5 is what? $20.
You think Lakers bounce in the first round?
Lakers, yeah, mark my words, they'll get bounced in the first round. The Lakers.
You think so?
Especially if they play Denver, yeah.
Well, I was looking. That's kind of the way Denver's falling. It could be a 6-3 matchup in that first round right there.
Denver owns the Lakers.
And that is true. That is true. Yeah.
Hey, after that game last night, are the Lakers ahead of Denver?
Did Nikola play?
Yeah, everybody played last night. I mean, everybody played. Murray played a whole game, but only had 4 or 5 points. That was kind of the difference right there. He fouled out at some point in the fourth, but the Nuggets problem, they're having trouble with these overtime games, man. They lost OKC in overtime, a week or two ago. Lakers last night in overtime right there. I mean, me and Tony were at the game against Houston the other night, so that was a nice win for them. But
they missed Mike Malone. That was a mistake, firing Mike.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think Malone's probably a better coach than Howdy Doody or Alfred E. Newman from. But I'm saying Malone, I think, lost the team, and I think the team lost respect for Malone by some of his actions out here last season. So I have no quarrels with Malone not being there, but I do agree Malone's probably a better coach than Alderman.
He is a better coach. I mean, you guys won a chip in 23 with Mike Malone.
Yeah, but the team didn't like Malone because Malone lost respect for the team. So. There was a lot of inside turmoil between him right there and a lot of players and top people. So
Billy,
yes,
Any thoughts on the Cavs? And I just asked this because I am heavy Donovan Mitchell. Do they?
Yeah, I love Donovan. Yeah.
So the East is wide open. I mean, picked up Harden. It seems like it's working out a little.
Yeah, it's working for now. We all know Harden's story. Oh, it's going great in the regular season. James is a great regular season player.
Right.
We all know the story, how he fizzles in the postseason. He'll have a terrific game 1, game 2, 41 points, that sort of thing. But then once game 6, game 7 hits, we all know what happens with James Harden. Okay? I like James Harden. I did a collaboration with him recently. He's a great guy. But we all know what happens in the postseason with James. He'll have 6 points, 8 turnovers, So I just, I wish him all the best. I like James as a person, but we all know what happens in the playoffs.
Here's where,
You can always change the narrative, though,
Well, listen.
So that'd be cool if he does. Yeah,
this is what I'm thinking they're thinking. He's really got to do is take some pressure off of Donovan Mitchell, because you go to the playoffs last year, he was a one-man band. He was scoring 40, 45 points a game until basically he got hurt. So
yeah, and I think they might have a little bit better chemistry whereas with Garland, now Garland's on the Clippers, but I think Garland and Mitchell kind of like, whose shot is it now? But I'm looking at Evan Mobley on the Cavs to take that big jump. He's a great two-way player, excellent defender. I want to see him thrive offensively because we all know how great of a defender he is. But I want to see Evan Mobley take that next step.
So, maybe not, to win the whole thing, but let's say this. Just could you see the Cavs making the finals in the East?
Yeah, potentially. I think the East is so wide open. Um, I do like the Knicks. Cleveland's fun. I actually had Cleveland last year doing well, but they fizzled out.
It's because Mitchell was a one-man band.
Yeah, they fizzled out,
Yeah.
man. And I thought getting Lonzo Ball this year would be a fun story. That has not worked out because they're a very quick team to move the ball. But
Right.
getting James Harden kind of,
Hey,
you're
Bama.
not moving the ball as much with
Bama.
James.
Is
Yeah.
there? Can you get odds just to make the finals anywhere on there?
Yeah, give me a second.
Okay, so and again, because I am like, dude, I have so many sick Donovan Mitchell cards right now. They came back
Yeah, Donovan's great.
straight tens. I mean, so I'm heavy Donovan Mitchell. So I like to hear that. And I don't see them winning the whole thing. I think the West is just way better than the East this year.
But Spencer, they could make the finals. They could do it.
And that's what I'm looking for from, at least for me, Donovan Mitchell. Just I want to see the best run possible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's all. That was my last question about that.
Yeah, no, they're a really good team. I mean, we'll see. Hopefully him and James could have a good run
Yeah.
in that backcourt. Yeah, definitely.
And I guess at least for me, my last question is just I'm also heavy because okay, this time last year, we started Dorks versus Degenerates. So I was just looking at players you could buy for cheap going into the playoffs that could explode in the playoffs or where there would have been value. So I also got a ton of cool Russell Westbrook stuff because I was really hoping last year that he was going to be kind of like a hero on the Nuggets, whatever. But
Yeah.
obviously he's with Sacramento right now. But dude, Russ triple-double again. Triple-double again. So right now, let me ask you about Westbrook.
Okay,
Pretend you're
sure.
me, and you got a bunch of really nice Russell Westbrook cards. What would you do with them? Would you wait until like he makes the Hall of Fame? Because I don't see. I mean, I don't know. Is he? Just give me your thoughts on him. Does he got another good year left? Because out of nowhere, all of a sudden, the dude's triple-doubling again.
Well, good player, bad team, right?
Right.
Sacramento's arguably the worst team in the league.
Right.
Westbrook was putting these numbers up as a Wizard. Remember on Washington, he was putting up these crazy stats.
Right.
That was a couple years ago, mind you. But with Sacramento, it's tough because you have all these older guys that are, and Doug Christie needs to be. We need a new coach in Sacramento, but
right.
With Russell Westbrook, I do think he has another, productive stats year. Again, I think he does have that in him. He is getting older. He does rely a lot on his athleticism, whereas like a Steph Curry can play, several more years because he's more of a shooter. Russ drives a lot. That's gonna wear and tear on you. But I think you're smart to buy Russell Westbrook. I mean, I think he does have maybe 1-2 more productive years in him. So that's interesting. You bought what made you want to buy Russell Westbrook?
So, okay, here's the reason I wanted to buy Russell Westbrook. He's always going to have value. He is a future instant Hall of Famer. That triple-double record will probably never be broken. So, but I was able to pick his stuff up pretty cheap, okay? And what the hopes is I would spend $10 today, and then the Nuggets would go deep into the playoffs, and he would have a great playoffs whether they won the title
And
or
your stuff
not,
to go up.
and resell
Yeah.
for like $20 tomorrow. That's not what ended up happening. But the actual cards were so nice, and dude, there's some super cool stuff that I was comfortable with just owning Russell, like high-end Russell Westbrook stuff anyways, even if I'm stuck with it for the next 5 years when he goes to the Hall of Fame or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So what my question is, buy, hold, sell Russell Westbrook high-end memorabilia right now.
At this point, hold. Wait till wait till he retires, and then we'll get into the Hall of Fame. Arguably he's the best Thunder of all time. I know you have Shea and you have Kevin Durant, but like he's arguably the best Thunder of all time.
Yeah, I mean, if you're ever bored, just go watch Russell Westbrook career highlights. Like
it's incredible. It's the best thing you've ever seen. Yeah.
It is insane how good he was in his prime.
Yeah, no, people forget how good
about
Russell
KD,
was.
Harden. He also had a little help for him to be dancing.
Like Durant.
Well, he won MVP without Durant. Yeah.
So
I'm a Russ guy. I like Russell Westbrook.
So, and I have no problem, just hanging on to that stuff. Value.
I would hold on that, Spencer, for sure.
Right.
Wait till he retires, and then your stuff will actually go up once he retires.
Yeah, for sure.
So hold on that.
First ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
So that's all
I got your odds.
That's all I really got for NBA today, unless you guys got.
Now, what do you want to know about the conference? What conference did you want to?
Oh, yeah. So I was wondering, basically, just what's the odds on the Cavs to make it to the finals?
Plus 280.
So that's 3-1.
That's still good.
That's not bad.
See, that's the bet you should do, not the Lakers.
No, that's actually for them to win it.
Yeah. The Lakers, no, don't do that. Yeah.
What was that, Bama?
I said that's actually for them to win it. They don't give odds for them just to make it right now.
No, that's what I mean. But
okay, yeah.
They have odds for them to win the East Finals.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Plus 280. Yeah.
Same difference. So that's not a bad.
Pretty good, right? Yeah. I mean, Detroit's probably your best bet in the East, but you have Boston, who looks really good. Joe Mazzulla did an incredible job this year without Jason Tatum. Look how good Jaylen Brown looks.
Yeah.
Detroit's only as a plus 470. They're fourth on the list.
So
see, the one thing I like about Boston is since their boy been hurt, Brown's been stepping up and Brown's been getting down. But now since they have both the Magic on there, both the little love that where Boston needs, I think Boston's stepping up when they're stepping up as they're stepping up just right. Because
that's why they're the favorites. Yeah, right now. That's why they're the favorites in the East.
I just feel comfortable about them because, for one, their whole team's been there. Their coach is unforgiving to other teams, obviously. And look at they're winning games, even when their big boy was out. And now, when they still have an all-star Brown stepping up like he's been stepping up, gosh darn it, man. Boston's hard, but I think in the East, I have them in the third. I have Detroit number 1. Number 2, I was indecisive. Maybe my NBA guru might help me out on here. I was indecisive between Boston or freaking New York. But it's one of those with New York stepping up and Brunson, and I do agree with my NBA boy. It seems like he's the only one that's holding the ball, but you know what? They're still winning games. And when look at that little run they had, that little stretch. The only one that took them out was Detroit, but they only beat them once. And then afterwards, they've owned Detroit. When Detroit was on that 6-1 run, boom. Oh my gosh. Detroit said, sit down, let the big boys play. But, it's going to be indecisive for the East. I agree with what Rob said about the West. Championships coming out of the West. Who? I don't know, but right now a high favorite, you got to throw Oklahoma City in there. Right now Denver, Minnesota, we're considered the little boys. That it's just one of those that I just think Gosh, you can't even. Yeah, it's just crazy out there.
Billy,
the West is where somebody's going to be holding the title.
Billy, is there a chance that we go in because the playoffs are a different season, right?
Yeah, it really is.
It really is. And that being said, Wemby, we have never seen anything like him, really. Maybe Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. But we never watched Wilt. Yeah.
Bama, what's the odds? We checked it a couple weeks ago. What's the odds on the Spurs to win the NBA title? Check that real quick.
Getting better and better, that's for sure.
Because there is a chance where I don't care how good OKC is, how good whatever, Houston, whoever, Denver, whatever.
Yeah.
A freak of nature like that comes to town, there's a chance they win the whole thing.
Yeah, there is a chance. It's not as good as the Thunder. I mean, this Spurs team reminds me of
Spurs are 8-1.
The team before last year for OKC. Remember when OKC was too young and you didn't quite believe in them? Right. That's what this year feels like for San Antonio. I need to see Wemby in the playoffs. We haven't seen him in the playoffs, right. So I want to see him do well in the postseason.
I guess
and I love what you're saying, Billy, because I agree with you 100%. Nobody's seen Victor in playoff mode.
Right. Exactly.
I'm really interested, but right now the Spurs are 7-1 to win the big boy.
Dude, I would
and you know what? 7-1 is actually pretty damn good.
That's a good bet. I'm looking at the 8-1 and I'm looking at, so you get extra $100.
Yeah, that might be a good bet if you guys are into that to bet San Antonio.
Billy, maybe you're not a gambling man, but like, what would you throw on the Spurs right now?
$100.
$100.
So you're that confident on the Spurs? So $100 right there, huh? Even though you just say you hadn't seen them play yet, you're.
Yeah, I mean it's just $100, but it's still you can win a lot.
It's not going to go when I say put 50 on the Lakers. You're like, 50 on the Lakers? I think the Lakers got to just get a shot at the Spurs.
No, I put $5 on the Lakers.
That's what I'm saying right now. So so you think the Spurs are that much better than the shot to win it, even though
Yes, way not even close. Yeah,
I like it right there.
Boston, I just want to say something about Boston really quick. Boston lives and dies by their threes, okay? So if they're making their threes, they look like the best team in the league. But if they're missing their threes, they're beatable. So I could see Detroit, maybe the Knicks upsetting them, maybe Cleveland. So the East is more wide open. But if Boston's hitting their shots, they're really tough. So we'll just see. It's a make or miss league. And if they're making, they look excellent. But if they're missing their threes, they're very beatable, Boston. So we'll see.
Hey, I got one last thing I want to chat about, Billy.
Yeah.
That is, are you aware OKC has 4 first-round draft picks this year?
Yeah, I mean, Sam Presti's a magician.
4. They have 4 first-round draft picks. Do you guys realize OKC has 13 first-round draft picks in the next 5 years?
Yeah, it's insane.
And they're already the best team in the NBA. Jesus.
Yeah.
It's all because of one man.
Billy, let me ask you something. Actually, I got a lot to talk about now that I think about it. So, number one, do you see a world where what's his face? God, I don't know what I'm moving. Okay, number one, the commish they're already the NBA champions. They have 13 first-round draft picks in 5 years. Already the NBA champions. Where the commish would maybe need to step in because, that is nuts. You can have a freakish dynasty, okay, and then you see what's his face? Why can't I remember his freaking name? Becoming a Thunder, from Milwaukee. What's that?
Giannis?
Yes. If there's anybody that has the capital to get Giannis, it's OKC.
with
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
their
but they
picks.
also have
Yeah,
that one
but
kid in.
yeah, but look at all of Giannis's recent injuries with his calf. I don't think Sam
I
Presti
think
would
that I
do it.
honestly, here's what I think, Billy. I
Yeah,
think that's all overblown. I think that dude has a hangnail. They're just keeping him on ice for the next team because they can't have him get hurt.
so you don't think Pat Riley will get him in Miami?
Well, I'm just
Giannis?
saying, if you're Milwaukee and OKC is like, hey, we'll give you 4 first-round draft picks right now for him, how do you say no to that?
Well, Sam Presti on the Thunder, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that.
But they would have the draft to do it. I
I
mean,
know that you're just giving way too much. 4 first rounders. I mean, that's
well,
And it's
there,
Giannis. It's not Giannis of rookie Giannis or the second year Giannis or the championship Giannis. You're talking about a Giannis that's already had a couple injuries, that's been out for weeks, and then having trouble with making trying to do a deal with Milwaukee. Nah, man. Gian, old Giannis, no, I wouldn't give him all those first round draft
The
well,
picks.
Thunder
I'm
aren't.
not saying okay. I'm not saying the value for Giannis. What I'm saying is obviously they're asking for the farm for him, or he would
Yeah,
have already been traded. Okay, right? So if
yeah.
there is a team that has a farm to give, it would
It's
be
the Thunder.
OKC. Because I thought he was going to Golden State for everybody but Steph, but that
Yeah, there's a reason he wasn't moved in February at the deadline.
it's because they're asking too much.
Yeah, I
I mean,
mean, I thought John Morant was going to get moved. I mean,
yeah,
a lot of people did.
yeah.
It never happened.
So with those moves not happening, I mean, he's not going to stay a buck, is he? I mean, or is he?
He's so loyal. I mean, he wants to be a Dirk Nowitzki and stay with one team for his entire career. He wants to be Tim Duncan. That he has that legacy. He won that 2021 title. That's everything for that city. And he just wants to be a Buck, and he doesn't want anyone to not like him.
Right.
Reminiscent of Dwight Howard, like, I want everyone to love me.
But it's
You know,
Milwaukee.
Giannis wants everyone to love him.
It's
So he doesn't want to say, I want out.
yeah.
I want to go to LA. I want to go to New York. I want to go to Miami. He doesn't want to say that. He wants to kind of play it out and see how it goes. He's not going to make that statement, I want out. He wants everyone to love him in Milwaukee. So
Right.
it's a
Okay.
tough situation. I'm a Giannis fan, though, so it's tough.
So that's what I. So
Like
then
how-
that leads. Okay, then that leads to my that other question. So OKC doesn't. They're probably the only team that has what they want. They don't make that trade, dude. They're already the defending NBA champions. Possibly, probably, they're the favorite to repeat. They have 13 first-round draft picks in the next 5 years. 4 just this year. Like, how is that possible? And I mean, if you just have an absolute like a team that is so above and beyond the rest of the league to where it like would the commish step in? That's ridiculous, dude.
No, I think a lot of, I mean, who would you rather be in the next 5 to 7 years? The San Antonio Spurs with their bright future or the Oklahoma City Thunder? You could argue the Spurs. I mean, I would personally rather have the Spurs future.
My only issue with the Spurs with Wemby, I mean the sky is the effing limit.
Castle, Harper, you have
I get it. I get that.
Yeah.
My only issue is, and I don't know how old you are, Billy, but you remember a guy named Chris Bosh.
Yeah, of course.
That's
Of
my
course.
only reservation with Wemby.
Because of Wemby had the one blood clot, you think that?
Bro, I'm just telling you, that's how it started with Bosch.
Look
And
how good he's been since that incident.
his performance isn't the problem. The problem is if it happens again, the doctors might tell him you're done for life.
Yeah, but that happened with Brandon Ingram. He became an all-star after
I know.
that.
That's my only reservation about the Spurs long term.
Is the blood clot situation? I mean, that's a fair point. There's nothing we could do about that. It's not like he's out of shape or anything
No,
like
it's not
that.
like you blew out your
Within
knee.
him. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's not like you're blowing out your knee. It's within you, the blood clot situation.
Yeah.
I guess we're Spencer. That's a we'll wait and see moment. There's nothing you and I can say now.
And I prayed. I want to see this dude become Wilt Chamberlain. But I just remember with Chris Bosh, it was just all of a sudden, boom, your career's done. The doctors have told you can't do this anymore.
Yeah, I think with Victor, his ceiling is, there's no ceiling with him. But
no, there's no ceiling.
With worst, I think he's Akeem Olajuwon at worst.
Oh my God, dude, we're gonna see Billy. We're gonna see a quadruple double from this dude soon.
I mean, we just saw Bam Adebayo get 83 points. I think we're going to see some records pretty soon. I mean, he's had 9 blocks with Wembanyama, but we're going to see a quadruple double. Absolutely. I think, Spencer, you should buy Wembanyama cards. You should buy Cooper Flag cards.
Oh, I have all those.
You should buy VJ Edgecombe on Philadelphia. You should buy Con Knipple.
Wait a minute. What's that last one?
VJ Edgecombe on
Edgecombe? How do you spell his last name?
EDGE Edgecombe.
Edgecombe?
He's with Maxey in the backcourt. He's incredible. Check him out. VJ Edgecombe. He's absolutely insane. And then you should buy Con Knipple cards too.
Nipple and Edgecombe. Those are, okay.
Yeah, and Edgecombe. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I've already been stocking up on Cooper Flag. You can't touch Wemby stuff anymore, but I got him pretty early. I've got a Gem Mint 10, pretty sick Gem Mint 10 rookie. And then I got that one card, guys, that we opened with Card Boss. Dude,
What'd you get?
It's a numbered refractor Wemby rookie.
Do you have it in front of you?
It's somewhere, but it came back a freaking 8.5. Bummed me out.
Did you CGC it?
What's that?
Did you do it with CGC?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
CGC with me. I've told you my
nice. So yeah, you're a CGC guy. That's good. Nice, man. Well, just continue your thing. And are you gonna keep buying Brandon Millers?
I think I'm good, dude. I have like
you have so 15, many Brandon Millers.
I have like 15 Gem Mint 10 sick ass Brandon Miller.
What real quick? What about LaMelo? Do you like LaMelo Ball?
I don't know. You tell me. Do I?
Well, with Charlotte emerging, he might be and he's thriving. He was hurt a lot of times, but now he's kind of back. I think LaMelo Ball might be a move.
A buy?
Yeah, potentially. Don't go crazy. Don't buy like 25 LaMelo Balls, but buy a couple that might do well for you.
That's not I mean, Knipple, just stock up on that team.
Yeah, Knipple and
like
LaMelo.
They may not go deep this year, but next year
they're gonna be good. Yeah, 100%. So. And this draft,
I want to buy his daddy's baseball card.
That's one of my issues with the Balls. The family's just fucking.
Well, daddy's no longer allowed to talk on the air.
Thank goodness. Right.
Well, hey, that's all I got for basketball today, Billy. Talking Bama, I just got a couple other questions. Not related to NBA. So if you want to stay on, Billy, you're more.
No, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll have you on.
Billy, it's great to see you, buddy.
Yeah, you too, guys. Wish you all the best. Thanks for having me on.
So, Tony and Bama.
Take care.
Today is Selection Sunday.
Yes.
Give me your number one safe bet to win the whole thing. Give me your long shot to win the whole thing.
My number one safe bet to win it all is Arizona.
Yeah.
I know it's a stretch because I used to choke. It's either them or Duke, but that's my safe bet.
Okay. Tony, safe bet. Your boys? Safe bet. You're going with your boys, aren't you?
Be a homer, man. There's nothing wrong. Your team's number. Your team's
good. I do like my Michigan. I do like my Michigan. I love my offense. I love my defense. Our bench is ridiculous. Our free throws are heavenly. I got Michigan and Houston. My long shot,
Yeah.
Oh my
One,
gosh.
one long shot.
There's a couple long shots in there that I
Hey, what do
love.
you mean about like how deep of a long shot you looking for?
I'm not looking like for a 15 or a 16.
Right, that's what I say. Yeah,
I'm not looking for something like that. I'm looking for like, gosh darn it,
Like a
man.
4 or 5.
Maybe a Connecticut, a banged up
well, Tony, I
Connecticut.
was thinking UConn, but they're 2C, so that's why I was kind of wondering about how far long shots. That was UConn was my first thing to think of a team besides those top ones, but.
And then you also got a soft Kansas team. I wish G Unit was on right now because
Yeah,
her
they're gonna lose
star.
first round.
Yeah, I think they might lose first round. Watch, they're gonna play the number 11. You
No,
know how
yeah,
that number 11 seed goes.
Yeah, they're projected to play a California Baptist. Now, if you're looking for a team to maybe make I don't know about to win it all, but to make a Final Four run, that's kind of a long shot. I'm looking at, maybe in Arkansas, somebody like that. They could always get hot especially with the coach and the backcourt they got right there. They actually played.
Somebody messaged me. Is there a dude named Acuff or a Cuff?
That's an Arkansas boy, Acuff. He's going to be one of the top two, 3 picks in the draft next year. Yeah.
Yeah. That's let's see. We actually got some comments here.
See, but hey, Shaka, if you're talking about a long shot, you know what my long shot's been, and I'm still shocked with them because they had a great football season. Now they're having a great basketball season. Vanderbilt. Watch out, Vanderbilt.
Got it. Okay. Then my last little question, and we'll wrap it up. Where do you guys see, is Kirk Cousins about to become a Raider? Where do you guys see Cousins landing? That whole Atlanta quarterback, Tua, Penix. I mean, where do you guys see Kirk Cousins?
Isn't Cousins like washed up? I mean,
well, okay, I thought
do you really want
too.
Kirk Cousins? Is what I'm kind of saying. I don't mean like washed up. Sorry, I'm saying. I mean, does he really like a top go getter kind of a guy right now? I wouldn't think
hot,
so.
I mean, he played great last year after Penix got hurt.
Well, he played all right, I guess. Yeah.
No, he played standard. I don't say standard, above average. When the dude is on,
Atlanta was a pretty decent team there at the end of the season. They were, yeah.
When the dude is on, he's on. So,
well, I don't know if you go.
Give me your top 2 teams where you think Kirk Cousins. I think they might end up a Raider.
You know what? I hate to say it. You said it earlier. But speaking of Kirk Cousins, if we're going old timers too, man, hey, let's go Kyle Murray too. But before we go Kyle Murray, let's go with Kirk Cousins.
Murray's already got a home. Murray already has a home.
He's in Minnesota now. He's a Minnesotan.
Kirk doesn't have a home.
He's back at hometown. But at the same time, you know what? Kirk Cousins, I could see being a Las Vegas Raiders, showing that number 1 seed Mendoza, just little things of the trade. I don't see Kirk Cousins running the show. I just seen him showing the show.
You don't draft a quarterback number 1 to have him compete with Kirk Cousins for a job right there. No, that doesn't work. He doesn't go to the Vegas Raiders.
I like the Tom Brady.
Might end up, Bama? Like or something?
I don't think. I mean, I would say Arizona would be a pretty good spot to look for him to go towards. I mean, all they got is Jacoby Brissett right now, and I don't think Jacoby Brissett's going to be the number 1 guy in their mind. I would say maybe go there and compete with Jacoby. I think he'd be a hell of a backup for the Rams and Matt Stafford.
Thanks.
Other than that, I don't want to say Pittsburgh, even though they need a quarterback. I don't think he's not a Pittsburgh kind of a guy. I don't feel like
the Saints. Maybe he ends up a
Saints possibly, but I like Arizona, man. I think he'd be a great Arizona guy right there. He's got one of the best tight ends in football with McBride. He got a couple of young guys also in the receiver end. I need coach coming in doing his thing. I mean, yeah.
And then, okay, my last question is: it sounds like the Vikings are, and I get it, already off the JJ McCarthy bandwagon. But I mean, dude, the guy had some great games.
Well, I think it's going to be a battle. Season. Yeah, I think it's going to be a battle for preseason.
Well, that's true, but it sounds like McCarthy.
What about Tua? Tua might take Michael Penix's job.
They're saying Kyler Murray probably will beat out JJ McCarthy, and so all of a sudden JJ McCarthy is a backup. If you were I don't know. I mean, I still am not. He didn't. I don't know. The dude has so little playing time. that if you could ever get him for an entire season, the guy shows flashes of absolute greatness at times with those comebacks, his comeback ability, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
I guess I'm just trying to figure out what the question. It just seems too much of a prospect still to relegate him to being a backup. Do you guys agree with that?
Well, I think he's going to fight with Kyler Murray for the starting job. But yeah, Kyler could win he could be a backup this year. Yeah.
So then if he loses the starting job, okay, maybe this is the question. Do you think, okay, let's say he loses the starting job to Kyler Murray. Like, he was a first round draft pick. What round draft pick, if you owned a team, would you give for JJ McCarthy if that's the case?
JJ McCarthy now or before
now. Like, okay, pretend that he is the backup this year.
Maybe a 7.
Because that's a pretty valuable backup. You know what I mean? To me, anyways, a backup that like still seems to have crazy potential. You just got to stay healthy. You know, would they trade him to get some draft capital? Like, what would you get for him? A second, a third? What do you think?
I wouldn't think. No, not as injury prone as he's been. I think he'd be lucky to get a 4th or a 5th for him.
And if that's the case, if you owned a team, I mean, I would probably take a flyer on him, no problem. I mean, even if you're the Broncos, like, and you can pick up a JJ McCarthy for a 3rd round draft pick,
Cleveland.
I wouldn't do it.
Just cause. I mean, you never know. The guy just has to stay healthy. At times, he's amazing. That's all. So,
he could be the starter next year, though.
Yeah,
he could win the job.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of bummed out to see JJ McCarthy all of a sudden like.
I'm bummed out. He's a Michigan boy. He won me a national championship. Now, what I see with Kyle Murray, what's going to go is they're going to be battling for preseason, and you know who's going to win that? I think good old Murray's going to win that position at the beginning of the season. He's going to show up, and then we'll see about 3 or 4 games, and then you never know. You might see a McCarthy. It all depends on how the gameplay and how everything's going. And you know what? He's got a great receiver core now. You know, I'm not saying Kyle Murray didn't have a great receiving core being with Arizona and all that, but now he's stepping in and you got Jefferson, the #1 wide receiver in all NFL. You know what? He right now is licking his chops, but he's trying to figure out who's going to throw him the ball.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all I got for today, guys. So
heck yeah. Bracket day.
Yeah, everybody
Hey, for championship week today, I got 2 picks. Of course, I got my Michigan. I am gonna hands down. But my #1 pick of the day, I take VCU beating Dayton. Give the 3. It's a championship game. I think VCU is going to make a Commonwealth over Dayton.
Nice. Okay, everybody out on Instagram Live, you heard it. Tony said, take VCU in the points today, baby.
Yep.
All right, everybody. That's it for today. We'll see everybody next weekend. Everybody have a good Sunday.
Love you guys.
And yeah, that's it for Sports and Tacos. We'll start getting guests on here soon. So later, guys.